गुड मॉर्निंग बच्चों, कैसे हो आप। आज मैं आपको पढ़ाने वाला हूँ अगला पार्ट रिसोर्सेस एंड डेवलपमेंट का, ज्योग्राफी लेसन 1। ओके, पिछली बार हमने क्या देखा था, व्हाट वी एग्जैक्टली लर्न इन लास्ट 2 लेक्चर्स, दैट रिसोर्सेस आर डिवाइडेड into 2 sections. Okay, basically natural and human made. Natural resources further divided into 2, that is renewable and non-renewable. Renewable resources further divided into 2 sections, that is biological and we can call it a non-biological or a continuous resources, that is a continuous resource. Biological resources further divided into 2 sections, that is known as a wildlife, and one is natural vegetation. Natural resources, renewable, non-renewable. We already completed this in last section. I am just giving you this revision purpose. Renewable resources are resources which can be renewed within certain period. After completion of certain time, that resources can renew themselves, replenish themselves. One is a continuous resources, biological resources. We can call it non-biological and biological. Biological resources contain all wildlife, basically all animals, all birds, okay, all herds, all pet animals, wild animals, everything. Wild animal means even a pet animals also coming, because we are using all animal product, and all animal product comes under the biological, natural product, and which are renewable. Coming under the biological, natural vegetation, here comes all plants, okay, and plant products, because all plants and bushes, every plant variety comes under the vegetation, and that vegetation can renew itself. So this is known as a renewable resources. Beside that, the continuous resource, which is here, which is known as water, air and sunlight. Water, air, sunlight, and we can call sometimes some amount of gases. We find this, there is a water cycle in our environment, there is an air cycle in our environment, there is a sunlight is not a cycle, but sun is continuously there, okay, and gases also following the cyclic procedure to renew itself. So that's why these are the renewable continuous resources, but those are non-natural, non-biological. Natural resources, non-renewable resources. The non-renewable resources comes under the 2 category. Those categories are recyclable and non-recyclable. Recyclable, all metal comes under the recyclable. Even some kind of fibers and some kind of paper material also comes under recyclable. These are non-renewable. Metals can be recycled, but they are not renew themselves. Okay, means once we use it, one extract from the mines, it will exhaust. Definitely it will exhaust. Once we use it, it will over. अगर हमने इनको एक बार यूज़ कर लिया और हम उसको रिन्यू कर सकते हैं, लेकिन अगर माइंस से ख़त्म हो गया तो ये नेचर में फिर से निर्माण नहीं हो सकता. दूसरी कैटेगरी आती है नॉन रिसाइकलेबल. सेकंड कैटेगरी कम्स अंडर द नॉन रिसाइकलेबल, दैट इज अ फॉसिल फ्यूल. Fossil fuel known as petroleum, petroleum. Petroleum. All petroleum product comes under the fossil fuel. Petrol, diesel, naphtha, paraffin, coal tar, all petroleum product comes under the fossil fuel, and this fossil fuel is non-recyclable. Now all energy product, basically fossil fuel plus coal, okay, we are using it indiscriminately. Human development totally depend on the energy, and we find that our all activity especially depend on the energy. Whether we are using electricity at home, or we are driving our cars, we are going school, every activity, even your mother cooking food at your home is directly depend on the fossil fuel, because the natural gas which is there inside the LPG container, that is also coming from the petroleum. This resource is limited. We are extracting these resources every day, and the day will come when this all resources will perish. This will finish, because these all resources are non-recyclable. Okay, now revision again. Natural resources divided into two sections: renewable, non-renewable. Continuous renewable resources further divided into continuous resource, that is a non-biological resource: water, air, gaseous and sunlight. Another is a biological resources. Biological resources further divided into wildlife, wild animals, okay, and natural vegetation. Natural vegetation, all plant, trees, seeds, everything comes under the natural vegetations. Wildlife comes all types of wild animal as well as man-made. Coming to another section, non-renewable, recyclable, non-recyclable. All metals are recyclable, and all fossil fuels, petroleums, coal, all energy material which we are using are non-recyclable. Another section is a man-made, and we can call it also human-made. Human-made section is further divided into structural and quantity plus quality. Is it visible? If it is visible, please write in a comment below. Okay, आप कमेंट में लिखिए अगर आपको विजिबल है, और प्लीज मेक इट चार्ट. Okay, resources pie chart we can call it. Natural, human made, structural system further divided under potential resources and stock resources, developed resources and reserve resources. Quality and quantity resources comes under the how much quantity we created by human and the quality of that product in compare of the natural resources. The human made resource compared with the natural resource is as equivalent to the natural resource or not. The quantity is enough for use or not. Okay, now everybody written this. Okay, now I am just going to rub it. Okay, we'll continue with this. Good morning बच्चों, कैसे हो आप? देखिए हम अगले पार्ट में चलते हैं. Now we are just shifting to the next section of resources. Earlier we already completed the pie chart of resources, basic classification, natural and human classification. Coming to the advanced classification of resources. Here it is. The classification on the basis of origin, okay, and on the basis of exhaustibility, classification on the basis of ownership, classification on the basis of status. Now look into the on the basis of origin. What do you understand by the word origin? Okay, I'm asking the question to everybody else. Okay, what do you understand by the word of origin? Origin means उगम. कहाँ से हमें ये मिलते हैं? ये सारे resources हमें कहाँ से मिलते हैं? On the basis of origin. On the basis of origin, the resources are classified further. Section A, biotic and abiotic. Biotic resources are the resources which we got from living beings. All resources which we are getting from living beings. whether animal product, okay, or vegetation product, whether we are getting it from trees or animals. Every product which is coming from a living being known as a biotic product, and every other product which is coming from non-living thing known as a biotic product. Okay, do you understand? Everybody understand this? Biotic products are the product or the biotic resources further classified under the origin known as every product which is coming from living being. A biotic product, the every product which is coming from non-living being. Okay, example of biotic product: milk, okay, meat, fish, etc. A biotic product, all minerals, metals, resins, dyes, all coming under the abiotic product. Okay, that is a chemical resins and chemical dyes, not a natural resins. Okay, now we are now going to shift second classification. Now we look into the second classification. Everybody understand this earlier classification on the basis of origin, biotic or abiotic. Okay, coming to the next classification, exhaustibility. What do you understand by the word exhaustibility? Exhaustibility सीधे तौर पे हिंदी में बोला जाए तो ख़त्म होने लायक. ओके, शेल्फ लाइफ और longevity. Any product which we are using or resource which we are using, will it last long or it will finish? क्या फिनिश होगा या फिर ये हमेशा अनंत काल के लिए रहेगा? इसके ऊपर डिपेंड होता है exhaustibility. उसको कहते हैं exhaustibility. This exhaustibility classified further under renewable and non-renewable. Renewable and non-renewable. Okay. Then we look into the third classification on the basis of ownership. On the basis of ownership, we found following classification. Just like on the basis of individual ownership, the resource which is owned by a single individual. Ownership, मालकी हक, ठीक है, ownership. Individual owned by community, that is resource owned by community, and resource owned by nation, that is known as a national resource, or resource owned by world community known as international. On the basis of origin, biotic, abiotic. On the basis of exhaustibility, renewable, non-renewable. On the basis of ownership, individual, community, national and international. Okay. On the basis of status, developed resource, potential resource, and stock resource, and last, reserve resource. Developed resource, potential resource, stock resource and reserve resource. Now everybody understand? Everybody written down? Is it visible? Okay. Now we revise it. The basic classification is natural and man-made. Further advanced classification on the basis of origin, first biotic, abiotic. Okay. On the basis of exhaustibility, renewable and non-renewable. On the basis of ownership, individual ownership, community ownership, national ownership, international ownership. And then on the basis of status, develop, potential, stock and reserve. Now we will look into the details of their classification. Coming to first classification, biotic. That is on the basis of origin, biotic. These are obtained from the biosphere and have a life such as human beings, flora and fauna, fisheries, livestock, etc. Flora, fauna, fisheries, livestock. सारे प्रोडक्ट जो लिविंग बीइंग से हमें मिलते हैं उन सारे प्रोडक्ट को बायोटिक प्रोडक्ट कहते हैं. एंड दैट प्रोडक्ट फर्दर group into origin. That is on the basis of origin. Okay. Coming to the abiotic product. Abiotic product resources are all those things which are composed of non-living things are called abiotic resources. Abiotic resources वो है जो non-living being से हमें मिलते हैं, ठीक है, abiotic resources. Okay. And for example, rocks, metals, minerals, petroleums, oil, all product which we are getting from non-living beings. Okay, these are the example. हाँ बच्चों, कैसे हो आप? चलो देखते हैं resources classification on the basis of exhaustibility. Okay, now the exhaustibility further classified under the renewable as well as non-renewable. So renewable resources are those resources which can renew themselves. Okay, renewable resources, the resources which can be renewed or reproduced by the physical, chemical or mechanical process are known as renewable resources. Okay, I am repeating again, please listen carefully. The resources which can be renewed or reproduced by physical, chemical or mechanical process are known as renewable or replenishable resources. Renewable resources also known as replenishable resources. Okay, ऐसा कोई भी रिसोर्स, कोई भी संसाधन जो अपने आप को फिजिकल, केमिकल और मैकेनिकल प्रोसेस से रिन्यू करता है, मतलब रिप्रोड्यूस करता है. ओके, आपने पहले वाले क्लासेस में पढ़ा होगा कि वाटर साइकिल से, ओके, एनर्जी साइकिल से और केमिकल साइकिल से इस एनवायरनमेंट में. रॉक साइकिल्स आर आल्सो देयर, रॉक गोज मेटामॉर्फिक से लेके सेडिमेंट्री से लेके इग्निशियस रॉक्स, देन लावारस. दिस ऑल साइक्लिक प्रोसेस which renew the resources. Solar and wind energy is a continuous energy. Wind energy is a cyclic energy. Okay, these all resources comes under renewable. Now examples are solar and wind energy, water, forest, wildlife. Wildlife means all living beings. All living beings, even including human, is a renewable resources. Okay, including human. Okay, cows, buffaloes, sheep, goat, pigs, hens, okay, and other wild animals comes under the renewable resources. Those are all living beings. Forest, all vegetations, all trees comes under the renewable resources. Water is a cyclic process. Everybody knows about the water cycle. Water is non-exhaustible. It is a renewable resources. Okay, now renewable resources further divided into continuous and flow. Continuous, which we can find the resource is available with us for infinity, that is the sun. Sun is a continuous process. Okay, and water and gases are cyclic. Okay, it's limited in nature, but they are cyclic. They maintain their quantity with the natural cycles and continuously available. They renew themselves by cyclic in nature, water and gases. Okay, this is a first classification under the exhaustibility. Now coming to the second classification, that is a non-renewable. Means ऐसे resources जो replenish नहीं हो सकते, जो फिर से नहीं बन सकते. ऐसे resources जो एक बार ख़त्म होने के बाद धरती पर फिर नहीं मिलेंगे. ठीक है ना, ऐसे रिसोर्सेस. लेकिन ये रिसोर्सेस, नॉन रिन्यूएबल रिसोर्सेस, फिर से फर्दर टू क्लासिफाइड हो जाते हैं. कैसे? एक रिसाइकलेबल एंड नॉन रिसाइकलेबल. ये रिसोर्सेस खुद से रिन्यू नहीं हो सकते, लेकिन हम उनको रिसाइकल कर सकते हैं. ऐसे भी इसमें रिसोर्सेस है. देखते हैं क्या है डेफिनेशन. द रिसोर्सेस विच अकर ओवर अ वेरी लॉन्ग जियोलॉजिकल टाइम. हालांकि ये रिन्यू होते हैं लेकिन काफ़ी लंबा समय लेते हैं. बिलियंस ऑफ बिलियंस ईयर्स जियोलॉजिकल टाइम. मिनरल्स, फॉसिल फ्यूल्स आर एग्जाम्पल ऑफ सच रिसोर्सेस. ये फॉसिल फ्यूल्स एंड मिनरल्स, मेटल्स आर द एग्जाम्पल. सो रिसाइकलेबल, हम मेटल्स को रिसाइकल कर सकते हैं. ऑल मेटल्स आर रिसाइकलेबल, बट ऑल फॉसिल फ्यूल आर नॉन रिसाइकलेबल प्लस कोल. Okay, coal, fossil fuels are non-recyclable. Although they can replenish by the nature, but in something billion years. It takes billion years to renew. So everybody got it? Okay, आपने इसको नोट कर लिया. Resources on the basis of exhaustibility classified under renewable and non-renewable. Renewable resources are the resources which can be renewed or reproduced by the physical, chemical and mechanical process are known as renewable resources or replenished. Example: solar, wind, water, forest, wildlife. Renewable resources further divided into continuous and non-flow resources. Flow resources moving in a cyclic manner. Okay, water, there is a cycle. Gaseous, there is a cycle. Continuous, that is the sun. Okay, sun will remain with us infinity time. Okay, exhaustibility resources further divided into non-renewable resources. Non-renewable resources examples are fuel, fossil fuel and minerals and even rocks. Non-renewable resources further divided into रिसाइकलेबल एंड नॉन रिसाइकलेबल. रिसाइकल ऐसे रिसोर्सेज जिसको हम रिसाइकल कर सकते हैं यूज़ करने के बाद. जितने भी मोटरसाइकिल्स है और जितने भी कबाड़ में हम लोग संसाधन बेचते हैं उसको रिसाइकल किया जाता है. ओके, दिस ऑल आर रिसाइकलेबल, स्पेशली मेटालिक थिंग्स, मिनरल थिंग्स रिसाइकलेबल, एंड ऑल नॉन रिसाइकलेबल आर फ्यूल, कोल, विच टेक्स बिलियंस ऑफ ईयर्स टू रिन्यू बाय नेचर. सो ऑलमोस्ट दे आर नॉन रिसाइकलेबल. ओके, everybody got it? Okay, if everybody got it, please comment it below. If it is visible clearly, comment it below. Please take a note. Okay.